Welcome to week 14 of the NFL season, with this week the Philadelphia Eagles traveling playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This week with a head-to-head matchup. First up, from Kid Philly Org channel, Will, representing out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Go Birds, baby! We don't win, we're gonna fire somebody else this week. 4-9, here we come. Beat the Bucs!
And then representing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you got Kenny, Hillsboro 34.
What up, YouTube? Your boy Hillsboro 34 back at you this week. Week 14 versus the Eagles. Getting right down to business. The Tampa Bay Bucs, we're looking to bounce back after a 2-game losing streak against the Philadelphia Pigeons at home this week. At 6-6, Bucs are just 2 games behind Seattle for that final NFC wildcard spot. And also, Week 14 is the 10th anniversary celebration of the Super Bowl 37. So let's go Bucs.
First question to answer, why should your team win? And how could your team lose?
Why my Eagles should win and how we could lose? Alright, now I'm rocking my hat again because one of the reasons why we can win is because we're bringing back a coach that coached in 1985. 1985, you remember? Reggie White, alright? So D-line has to be a little improved. We'll get rid of the wide 9. That's going to help out our pass rush in certain ways. Not necessarily a pass rush, but it's going to help our defense. Our defense play as a full unit. So reasons that we can win is obvious ones like Nick Foles. He's getting better every week. He's getting a lot more comfortable. He didn't throw any interceptions, even though he should have probably had a couple. And he's throwing pretty confident. So he's going to get better every week. And the Bucs have the worst pass defense in the league. So he's getting more confident. He's going to be playing against the worst pass defense. That's one thing. Another thing, Bryce Brown. This guy has like 330, 340 yards, 4 touchdowns. The guy's a beast. Now he's going to go against the #1 rush defense in the league. But with Nick Foles doing this thing, they're going to have to bring back people to help out their bad pass defense, which means a lot of running for a hard runner like Bryce Brown. And like I touched on before, our defense is going to play more like a unit instead of a bunch of different mercenaries, free agents, just trying to get their numbers. We're going to bring back old school defense for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, how we could lose, aside from being on an 8-game losing streak, looking at specifics, looking at our safeties, right? We don't even have our bad coverage safeties like Kirk Coleman. He's going to be out, so Anderson's going to fill in. So a little inexperience right there. We could lose there. We could lose because Vincent Jackson, he's going to be playing against these guys. Now, Rogers Cromartie's a little hurt, so those are one of the guys that's going to be matching up against that big wide receiver. That's the way we could lose. And, of course, the obvious, I'm going to throw it out there because I'm an Eagles fan. I'm a true Eagles fan. Bryce Brown, you got to stop fumbling, man. If that guy fumbles again, odds are Tampa is going to turn into some points. So that's how we could lose. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm just...
Get right to the point. The Bucs should basically win this game. What Bucs need to do is look to establish the ground game early in this game because we have a higher chance of winning when we have over 100 yards rushing per game. That's a statistic that's out there. Josh Freeman needs to avoid throwing picks. We all saw that he threw the pick 6 to Von Miller. And we end up losing by, I think it was 31-23. So Josh Freeman, take care of the football and complete passes under duress. Because we saw Broncos bringing a lot of pressure and we saw a lot of off-target passes. Coming off of their 8th loss, Philly is 3-9 this year, and they've given up 30-plus points in 5 of those games. Bucs will need to take advantage of that and take the ball away from Philly because right now coming to this game, they're second in turnovers with 28. Also, the rookie Bryce Brown, he seems to fumble in very key moments. In the last 2 games, it's like he keeps them in the game, and then he basically costs them the game at the same time. So if we can get a quick lead, then we can force them to put the ball into the rookie's hand. But most importantly with this game, it'll be a celebration of that 2002 Super Bowl team, which means they will be playing in front of Mike Allstott, Warren Sapp, Derrick Brooks, John Lynch, and Dexter Jackson, just to name a few. So at the end of the day, the Eagles are going to have to keep up with the Bucs 28 points per game average, which I don't see happening. Here are reasons how the Bucs could lose the game. We all know that 30-second pass defense is a liability, giving up 309 yards per contest. But we also know that the rushing defense is ranked #1 in the league, which kind of balances things out. But we could be in trouble if Nick Foles turns up against our defense. Plus, he turns up. That's going to allow Bryce Brown, who is averaging 6.5 yards a carry, to do his thing as well. So, Bucs, please don't come out sleeping on this team because they got a few weapons, rookie or not, on offense. Defensively, I heard there's no more wide nine for the Eagles. So if they're somehow able to pressure Freeman and stop the run, then it'll be a long day for Tampa Bay, that run. But I know they watched film of those last two games and probably are going to try to duplicate what Atlanta and Denver was able to do to us. So they're going to try to use those same tactics to contain the Bucs' 14th ranked offense. But I say this, if we lose this game, then I owe Kid Philly 20 pull-ups. And I'll come through on that bet. So, out.
So here are my final thoughts for the game. Now, Kenny, two things, man. Two low blows. First, calling them the Philadelphia Pigeons. Come on, man. This is the national bird. And then the second, you got to bring up the 10-year anniversary for you guys' Super Bowl victory. Of course, beating us in the NFC Championship game. I remember that with Rondé Barber running down the field. I remember that. That hurts, man. That hurts. But see, that's why we're going to turn the tables on you, and we're going to ruin your party. Kind of like when you ruined the last game we had in the Vet and the first game we had in the Link. We're going to ruin your little 10-year party, and we're going to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 14 is going to be our day. Because Nick Foles, he's gonna pass for 3 touchdown passes, at least 3 touchdown passes. Bryce Brown is going to have 0 fumbles and over 100 yards rushing again. And, yeah, we're going to roll, man. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time down in Tampa Bay. Now, you brought up something saying if Tampa Bay loses to the Eagles, you can do, I think, 20 pull-ups or 20 push-ups or something. Now, it'd be cool if you did the pull-ups and the push-ups while saying "Go Eagles" in the middle of it. That'll just put a smile on my face. But I was thinking on the flip side, if the Eagles lose to the Bucs, I know we're the underdogs, but you know what? I believe in my team, whatever we got left of it. So I was thinking, what could be embarrassing if the Eagles lose to the Bucs that I should do? Now I was thinking, what's the most embarrassing thing about the Bucs? Those old school uniforms they had, right? But I don't have any of that stuff down here because I don't roll like that. So the next best thing is singing the Tampa Bay fight song the same time that they did all those uniforms. Now, if you never heard the fight song for Tampa Bay, type it in your YouTube, "Hey, hey, Tampa Bay." If the Eagles lose, I will sing that song next week on my video, or my Eagles video. I'll sing the "Hey, hey, Tampa Bay" fight song on my video. All right? So, come on, Birds. Don't just do it for yourselves anymore. Do it for your fans because we're going to get embarrassed if you don't. All right? I want the Birds to win. I think they're going to actually pull it out by more than 7 points. This is how crazy I am. So, that's what we got on the line, and that's my final thoughts. Off to you, Kenny.
All right, my final thoughts on this game, man, is so far Philadelphia since 2001 is leading the series. But good point on Kid Philly, bringing the fact that to close the vet out in 03, Bucs beat the Eagles 17-0, and in the open Lincoln Financial, Bucs took it again 23-21. I was actually going to mention that on my end, but chose not to. So looks like Kid Philly knows his stuff too. So you think your Eagles are going to win by 7 points. Man, I don't know what you drinking over there, what they putting in y'all water. But I can't see it going down like that. I think the Bucs are going to win, and I'm predicting the score to be 31-21. Today is Saturday, so my local newspaper, the Tampa Bay Times, they always have good prediction. They predicted the last Bucs game to be 31-23 versus the Broncos, and that was pretty close. So I have to check back on that. But like I said, I'm predicting the score to be 31-21. Look for Doug Martin to bounce back, go over 100 yards. Look for Freeman, Mike Williams, and Vincent Jackson to have a good game. I could see us having one turnover, whether it be an interception or a fumble. Still waiting on Roscoe Parrish to pop off. That hasn't happened yet. Defense should be solid. I see some picks. Rondé Barber is usually on the receiving end of those. But I see a pick or two. And hopefully we can get your boy Bryce to put a few on the ground. Yeah, Kid Philly, you might as well drink you some water and get your vocal cords warm so you can sing that cheesy throwback Bucs song after this game. So, yeah, we'll see. And all I gotta say is, go Bucs. Let's get this W. Out.